Yo, what's happening? What's happening? It's your boy Me Don. What's up, Phil?
Nothing much, man. I'm chilling, man. It's been a minute, pod. It's been a minute. So sorry about that, but we here now.
Yeah, man, y'all gotta understand we've been grinding so we could help y'all out, man. Give y'all good content. You already know, but this is episode we on five,
Five, Cinco.
five. Lucky Cinco, man, of the whole
Tell you,
podcast. You know what I'm
count your
saying?
fingers up. That's how much we got.
Yeah, five. You know what I'm saying? Five. It's a pretty solid number. I like the number five, so we're gonna make sure this is a pretty smooth episode. You know what I'm saying? Me and Phil were just talking about how we was on the back end of the day, so we kind of chill right now.
Yeah, we just vibing with
Right.
y'all. It's a little vibe. That's it.
We might warm it up toward the end probably. But what's up, Phil? How you doing though? What's up?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm actually pretty excited about this podcast. This episode. I
What time
really
of
think
year?
we gonna have some good discussion. What you said?
It's your time of year.
Yeah, this is my time of year, man. I mean, maybe I didn't shouldn't say that. The Dolphins don't really be around this time of year,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
um.
bro. I spoke with that.
Yeah, but it's playoff football. It's college football championship time, right? It's bittersweet, right? Because it means football is ending soon. Very soon we're gonna have to wait a couple months again. But at the same time, we get to watch the best football there is, right? Playoffs and eventually the Super Bowl. Very,
Yes,
very
sir.
excited.
Yes, sir. Some good matchups too. Some good, very
Yeah,
good
yeah,
matchups.
yeah. We can just jump right into that. You talking about good matches? Let's talk about this recap, man. This wild card weekend, right? Like, it was pretty interesting. We'll start. I could start you off in the AFC. That Chargers Texans
Hey,
game. How you feel
I
about
was,
that Chargers Texans game?
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm glad you didn't start with the NFC. 'Cause the
Nah,
NFC,
we gonna finish with the NFC.
yeah, no. But the Chargers Texans game, ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't even too impressed with Houston.
Uh,
Houston probably gonna lose to Kansas City. I ain't gonna lie to you,
they
but
gonna lose, bro. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
they 100% gonna lose. But hey, bro, I hate to say this, bro, but we got one of the well-known what if quarterbacks in the league. I don't like to throw too much smut, bro, but that Charger offense just was not it, bro. Which is kind of crazy
Hell
because
nah, bro.
they was hitting the corner a little bit halfway through, but I guess they weren't able to sustain that, bro. But
Hell nah, not with
that's
four picks.
yeah, nah, 4 picks is ridiculous. Texans got a good pass rush, but they got injuries on their line as well. So
They
I ain't
do.
really like. I don't really like how. Yeah, nah, bro. Four of them can't you can't win with
Four.
that, bro. I don't think you're supposed to win. Are you supposed to win a football game with 4 picks?
Hell nah.
Has there ever been
Hell
somebody
nah.
to win a playoff game with 4 picks?
A playoff game? I don't know off the top of my head.
Let's go. Let me stat muse real quick. I'm sorry. We
Stat
stat muse.
Muse.
I gotta stat muse that one because I never even thought about that. See, that would have been a nice fun fact.
It would have been a nice fun fact. We ain't think of my fault, Pod. We
It's
ain't in
okay,
tune
fine.
with y'all.
It's
It's
okay.
alright.
It's
We'll do better.
okay.
Now, while he stat musing that, I will say that you mentioned one of the biggest what ifs quarterback, right? I seen on the Bird app, or X as they call it these days, that Justin Herbert draft class, Tua, Herbert, and Burrow is the biggest what if class, right? There's always a what if situation with Joe Burrow, like what if he did this, or what if he did that, or same thing with Justin Herbert. What if, you know, they fired his coach, or what if he got new receivers, or what if he wasn't hurt or shaved his head? I don't know, bro. It's,
He said it. Said it. Said it.
it's always ifs. And with Tua, man, what if he didn't get this concussion or that concussion, or what if Tyreek Hill ain't dropped that ball, or what if, or what if Tua could play in cold weather, like what? It's always a lot of ifs, and I'm waiting to see when those ifs turn into to this is what it is with either of those three, you know. Instead of saying what if,
Yeah,
be like
nah,
this is it.
but that's the nature of the game. We fall in love, and they give us very good early memories on. You gotta think, bro. It wasn't too long ago with Joe Burrow made a Super Bowl run, so it's like,
Hell yeah, he did. It was crazy.
yeah, it's ebbs and flows to the NFL. And y'all, I credit you and a lot of people that made me realize, bro. NFL is such an up and down. NFL is like the stock market. You can't really predict how a season can go. It's all about if
No,
everything
bro. Nah.
combines. You know.
That's what I be trying to preach in the chat, man. Context. You can't ignore context when it comes to the NFL, right? It's hard it's hard to judge. It's hard to do a comprehensive judgment on a team or a player throughout the season that's truly accurate. You got to take everything with a grain of salt and judge with context involved. But that's enough for that. Did you successfully stat mute your stat?
So look, we have. Okay, so that's how much in the. No, I'm trying to figure out who threw the most in the. Okay,
Mm.
Brett Favre.
He threw
Against.
4 picks in one.
No, he threw them. So he threw the most in a win. He threw
Most picks
5.
in a win. He threw 5.
Yeah.
Tell you, bro, bro. I was saying it in the chat the other day. If Brett Favre played today, the Packers fan base would want him gone.
Yeah, nah, that's actually kind of ludicrous. 5 picks.
I'm tell you, bro, this man is
What's so crazy? He actually has the record for the most in the playoff game.
Let me see.
But he has the record for the most and the most in a win. He has the most at 6.
That's insane. Can't
I
lie.
mean,
That's kind of
yeah,
crazy.
interesting. Shout out him though. Empty the clip.
Yeah, this man got 30 picks in the playoffs.
30.
30, and he had one where he played 2 games and threw 7 picks.
Real gunslinger. Change
Bro,
the game.
if he was goddamn, I tell you, bro, if Jameis Winston played back in the day, he'd be a Hall of Famer. That's the type of quality that we're looking at with Brett Favre. I promise.
I'm all about positive Jameis propaganda. So I'm saying you're cooking, brother.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you.
We on the same page that one. But yeah, nah, bro. Like I said, I feel like the Chargers. Hey, bro, they're gonna have to do something. I mean, new head coach. I mean, you want to give him some grace if you want to. Seeing how to. But next year is gonna be a real prove year for your boy Hergy.
Hell yeah, for all 3 of them boys, man. Herbert, Tua, and Burrow. Right? But no cap, bro. Brett Favre got a game where he threw 6 picks in the playoffs.
That's what I'm telling you.
But they would have crucified Tua if he did that on Twitter.
No, that's nuts, bro. 6 is like dang, cuz.
In the playoffs?
It was in the divisional round.
Yeah, in the playoffs, bro. I can't.
There was one dude, Norm Von Brocklin. He threw 6 in the NFC Championship game. And my boy Rich Gannon threw 5 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's picks out there, bro. There's picks out there.
But yeah, I don't know. What you think? Like I guess how you pose. I guess I mean, like I say, I wasn't really too impressed. But how you pose the Texans probably do against the Chiefs? You think it'll be a nick and tuck game? What you feel like you?
First of all, that Texas offense won't be able to do much because they didn't do much against the Chargers, right? And when you really look at it, they didn't really do much. I think that that Chiefs defense is gonna step up and show out like they've been doing every time they've been in the playoffs.
Real playoff defense. They
right,
only play
real playoff defense. I believe their defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. That man, the way he knows just when to dial up a blitz is real special. Come playoff time, I'm surprised he hasn't been given a head coaching job. But Steve Spagnuolo, he gonna do him one versus the Texans, and I'm thinking I don't want to say a comfortable win for the Chiefs, but they definitely win by more than a field goal.
Solid win.
Yeah, nice solid win. Not to say the Texans can't make it competitive. That's why I'm not saying they're gonna win by 10, but I don't think it's gonna come down to the wire too much. Cause the Texas defense is real. That defense is real.
Yeah, their defense is solid with the injuries.
Their defense is why they in the playoffs. It's gonna be a defensive game for a little bit, and then I think the Chiefs will pull away when as the game goes on. What you think?
Yeah, nah, I agree. I'm interested in seeing how. I think that might be a run. I think that might really be a run heavy game. I think that might be a low scoring game. Ain't gonna lie. I feel like it might be a real run heavy game.
I can see that.
I could definitely see that. Just them trying to just, like you say, make it an easier game than it has to be. You know what I'm saying? They, like you said, they're a team that likes to dial up. But then who knows though? Because then like I said, it just depends. If Travis, I know this especially from getting this crazy man on fantasy. Like if he get the ball early, he gonna have a good game. Like he one of them type of tight end. So I feel like it just depends on that. But other than that, I think it's gonna be kind of like a nip and tuck, low scoring game. I say by like 2017 game, no more than that.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. And real quick right before I move on, I just want to see the line is 41.5, so that's not a lot of points. So You know, the books kind of agree with you,
Yeah, no.
but the Chiefs are favored by 8.5 though, so that's kind of big. But moving on, time to talk about El Freaky himself, Action Jackson, the man with the
It's kind of
plan.
crazy. Well, we could move on, but how you gonna give them 41? Wait, you saying they giving the Chiefs or they that's how much the points they giving the whole game?
That's the game, yeah.
Yeah, how you gonna give 41 points but then give the Chiefs 8.5? That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy. So
But
it's
no,
it's it's interesting. They're expecting them to shut him down for the most part.
I'm about to say, I mean, but Vegas gonna take people money, so that it's that half
Always,
that's gonna
Vegas never loses, man.
especially in football. They gonna
Hell no.
freak every time. They're playing
You
that.
gotta be careful.
It
But
ain't like basketball, they freak.
no, I feel you. But as I was alluding to, Action Jackson, El Freaky,
Hey,
Baltimore native. Me, I'm from Baltimore, y'all boys, and just
I'm about to see my face.
no, the people ain't gonna believe that.
I
No,
don't know
I'm
you
not
getting
from
out,
Baltimore.
bro.
Nah. Action Jackson, King Henry, 28-14, calm little win, 186 rushing yards for the King, 2 touchdowns, 26 carries. What? My question to you about this game, because I think everybody and their mama knew the Ravens was gonna win. I don't think there's no surprises here. My question to you, right? Pickens, you know, and they got a little drama going on with the Pickens and the Steelers. I hear they want to move on. And two,
I've
Russell
been there.
Wilson. Yeah, Russell Wilson was on a 1-year deal. What do if you're in the Steelers front office? Are you bringing back Pickens? Are you bringing back Russell Wilson? Are you getting rid of both? You know what's cooking there?
I mean, bro, it's crazy as it sounds. I ain't gonna say it's a good problem to have, but it's a problem that you shouldn't really stress as much as it may pertain, only because you do have like options depending on roster. Now it depends because a consistent thing with the Steelers is they've a team that similar to your Miami Heat. They like to stay within the season. They like to stay competitive. They don't really like to take seasons off too much. So to be honest, I don't know. Within this time period, I would probably say I'm still on the Fields train. To be honest with you, Pickens.
I like Fields.
Pickens don't really fit their mold of what they do. Then you can't really control that. They've had players like that before, and they've played accordingly. But I think you still, like I say, should just rock with the Fields angle right now. I mean, like I say, he hasn't gotten you reason to. And then what is like? I see no game within the Russ project. Like I see no reason to remain competitive. Like
Yeah.
what's the goal of having Russ? I guess at this point, if you're a team that's going to stay competitive, but you're never going to be over the hump in that heavy AFC with Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes with Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Nah. I think you spitting, and you know me, bro. Like that's what I say about the Heat. Sometimes it's all right to try and be competitive, but what's the point of investing to be mediocre? You know, like sometimes you need to tear down the ship a little bit and build back up. You know what I mean? Like if the sail broken, bro, you can't keep trying to throw rope and random pieces of wire on it, hoping to stay up. It's okay to break it down and rebuild, man. And the Steelers need to learn that they've been mediocre for a long time. You know, right? They gonna get that winning season. They're gonna get that 9-10 wins, and then that's it. That's all they'll do, right? Something got to give. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Like I said, I don't know, bro. It's only so much you can do, but I mean, you always gonna, like I say, Steelers always gonna be within it. I mean, their defense is still solid, very solid. Kind of been very up and down this year, but very solid defense still. So they can do whatever, bro. Offense is like, I ain't gonna say it's harder to come by, but it's easier to win with good defense in the NFL right now. You know.
Yeah, i.e. the Texans.
Exactly. Like it's a lot of teams, bro. We talked about a couple teams that's been kind of in the mix.
We'll get to them though.
Yeah. So, but I mean, as far as like on the Ravens side,
run the ball,
bro. Run the ball, bro.
Run the ball, bro.
I'm lucky. I'm upset because I thought he was gonna get a tub. I lucky thought LJ was gonna get a tub.
He did his job though. He did his job. All right. Yeah. I'll take. Look. I said it last year. People thought it was funny because I mean I was kind of making it a joke, but LJ, know your game, bro. You're not Tom Brady, and I don't mean that in a negative way because Tom Brady ain't Lamar Jackson. Lamar, when you get going, nobody can stop you. You know, from running for 3, 4, 5, 10 yard plus sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like it keeps the defense honest. You know, they don't know who's going to run it. Is it Derrick Henry? Is it a read option? Because they have to dedicate players to both. You know what I'm saying? You got to stat the box to stop Henry. You got to keep a safety down on the weak side to stop a Lamar Jackson read action play, right? And if you're doing that, you're stacking the box and you're keeping the safety down low. Guess what? Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, they ain't one-on-one coverage. Isaiah Likely, and that's how they get those big plays, right? I'm glad he ran the ball 15 times against the Steelers, and I need him to do that again versus the Bills, and use his God-given talent, you know.
Use what God gave you, huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro. Hey, bro. I agree with you, bro. I like how Raiders offense is looking coming into playoffs. Like we always talk about, it's about momentum. So
Hell yeah, you gotta
definitely
keep it.
got to, bro.
Gotta
Especially like
keep
I
it.
said, when you gotta play for an extensive amount of time, especially the challenge that they got coming up, because
Buffalo.
big Buffalo, man. I'm saying we didn't snatch some chains, so I'm not even worried about how L-Jack gonna come about you.
Yeah, I'm
You see,
confident Baltimore gonna come out hard. You know, it's just a matter of that snow. It's gonna be snowing like crazy up there.
I saw that video. I'm not even gonna lie to you at all, brother, man. I would not be able to play anything in that type of snow. I
Bro,
wouldn't
no,
be able
bro.
to be able to walk in that type of snow. I'm inside.
That's it, bro. Hold on, bro. My fault, bro. I just seen something crazy. Go, Pod. We gonna look. Well, I'm gonna read it to you after Madonna read it, bro. Go to the football chat and read that, bro. Read that picture.
But see, because I be bust out laughing for real. Give me two. I'll be better than that Prescott.
Why would he say that, bro? That's real.
Dang, wow. He done made a headline on accident. Motorcade agenda is going up.
Pod.
The motorcade agenda is going up.
To explain why
Y'all,
we're laughing, Pod. This man, K.
yeah,
Cunningham.
we're gonna talk about motorcade a little bit later on, but the motorcade agenda is going through the roof.
Yeah, we'll get to the rest of it. I just want to tell y'all why I was laughing. He said they asked him if he could play football. That man said, "Give me 2 to 3 months, I'll be better than Dak Prescott." That's crazy. That's a crazy sentence. Like, why would he say that?
I don't know. The D, it's influencing him. You've been listening to too much Real D Young G.
Oh man, that's crazy. But anyway, my fault. Let's get back on track.
W pause. W sidetrack.
Yeah, you know, a little side mission, if you will. But let's get back on track. You know, before we talk about the matchup with Baltimore and Buffalo, talk about it a bit more. I know we was talking about the snow, but I'm gonna bring us around to the Buffalo Broncos game, and then we can go from there to Buffalo Ravens. So Buffalo Broncos, Bills Broncos. What you thought about that game? Right, the Broncos came out hot. You know, blitzed them early, long ball. You know, 43-yarder, off rip, blur, touchdown, and then that was it.
My boy Knicks. And when my Knicks they had me, man. I don't know, the energy was different in the first quarter, but then the Bills build.
The Bills gonna do them, bro.
Went to proceed to go on a 22-point run.
Something crazy, bro. It was 7-zip.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was 7-zip, and then they scored 31 straight points.
Yeah, that's absolutely asinine, bro. But I mean, it's kind of what I expected. But you know, like we was talking about earlier, Broncos team, a lot of teams, they defense. If you got good defense in the NFL right now, you can make something shake. But yeah, bro, I don't know. I think Bo Nix is not really too upside. I think you keep him in the mix. But yeah, bro, I mean, that's just a tale of two teams, bro. One team is high power offense. You got an MVP favorite on the other team, and the other team not a complete team on offense. It's very inconsistent, and then you got a just stellar defense, but can't put points against these boys. You're not gonna win.
Yeah, no, you gotta do it. You have to. You're gonna have to because the Bills will score, right? You know, I've had a lot to say about Josh Allen as a Dolphin fan, but I tell you what, that brother gonna get points on the board. You know. He gonna get points on the board, and he's been phenomenal taking care of the football this year. So I think everyone know they're gonna beat the Broncos. And as you were saying, Bo Nix is all right, bro. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Bo Nix. I just don't see much star upside, but he had a good rookie year, no doubt about that. And you know, this is a good place. Like you can't be mad at this if you're a Broncos fan. Year one, Bo Nix, nobody thought they'd be in the playoffs, right? Much less over 500. But you know they did, right? You didn't win, you know. A lot to work with on both sides of the football. So the Broncos fans should be excited. They just need to make the right moves. The Bills, though, the Bills. The road ends next round, though. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Now, ain't gonna lie, I watched the beginning of the game. It was a weird game because ain't gonna lie, it seemed too like the Broncos was playing a lot different. Like after that first quarter, like going into like the halftime, like they was throwing the ball. They was hitting what's the dude name on their team, Franklin or
Detroit,
whatever.
yeah.
They was hitting him a lot. They was hitting like, but then after a while, Sean Payton was like, he started running the ball, and I'm like, brother, you're not up by a lot to be running the ball like this. But
Yeah, no,
it was like I said,
they just wasn't ready, man, and that's okay.
it tricked me. The game really, it was one of those games that tricked me. That's why I changed it. I watched a little bit. I changed. I was like, dang, yeah, no, y'all boys not it.
There was always gonna be grits, but like I was saying, next round I think it ends for Buffalo because El Freaky got something to say about it.
That's a movie.
Yeah, what you think, bro? What you think about that game? Bro, they saying that game gonna be like a civil war, you know?
Oh, it's a lot. It's gonna be the most, as far as like toxic. This is the most. This is gonna be the most toxic game of the year.
Hey, bro, it's gonna be the most toxic game in a minute, bro. Like,
Bro, it's gonna be a very toxic game, bro.
dog, whoever loses, Twitter won't be a safe place.
Bro,
Twitter
I'm
won't be
telling
a
you,
safe place.
you got two fan bases, two MVP. This is like
Candidates.
Bron Kobe. This is
Like-
like two at the peak of their powers.
I'm trying to like, bro, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be a dark place on Twitter for whoever get that L. Like,
No, I'm telling you, bro. Like it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy timeline for whoever.
but at the same time, as a neutral, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Right.
hoops. It's gonna be great hoops.
It's gonna be phenomenal pigskin playtime. Actually, I take that one back. I don't know if I like how that one came out, but
it was the pigskin. But I'm rolling.
yeah, 2 out of 10. I give myself a 2 out of 10. But I got Action Jackson, man. They built for the snow. It's gonna be a lot of running the football in this snow weather, right? You know, you don't want to throw it if you don't have to. And the Ravens are really built to wear you down when you're already freezing your ass off. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got Derrick Henry back there, bro. They need to get that man the ball 25 times at least in that game.
Right?
You know,
Yeah,
I think,
bro. But I agree with you.
oh yeah, I think they built for it. I think like for example, that first game where they played, bro, Lamar only threw the ball 18 times. They ran the ball 34 times. That's the exact same game plan they need to go with. Obviously, the Bills gonna be ready for that, right? They're gonna be ready for the exact same game plan, but it's one of those things where you know it's coming, can't stop it.
Yeah, bro. They're gonna have to bring it, bro. Like you said, stay the consistent, bro. Don't try and change up because you know Harbaugh is very good for that. He's very notorious for changing schemes and very inconveniently. But yeah,
like
keep
that Chiefs game.
Keep it consistent. You know what I'm saying? Funny enough, if it wasn't snowing, I would have been a little scared because you know the Bills 9-0 at home. So then I would have been like, I don't know. Yeah, nah, the snow that's a layup. You know.
I feel you.
Ravens got to do what they got to do.
No, you're right. We'll see. They're very excited about the game. Moving on from there, Green Bay and Philly. What you gotta say about that? What I gotta say is Jordan Love is overrated, and I've said this for a while.
You gonna hold on? I'm gonna stop you right there. First of all,
He overrated, bro. You overrated.
He came in heavy with the slammer, dude. But what's his name,
bro?
First things first, you're not gonna ask me what I think about that game, and then tell me what you think about the game.
I just had to put that out there so that people know.
Second of all, I don't like how you just came. You didn't even ease into it. We couldn't even develop the plot of what's going on.
No, we just had to put it out there like a banner across the sky. Let the folks know. People need to wake up, bro. If there's any Green Bay fans listening, they need to be aware of, so that, you know, not to have too much hope come playoff time next year, because it's gonna be the same thing. It's a little, hey man, somebody gotta tell them.
You laugh for business, mama. But yeah, nah, bro. That's like I say, bro. That's funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't tap in too much of that game. I'm gonna be completely honest, because I was trying to watch the other game, and that time I got busy. But I can tell you what I expect, kind of going into next rounds.
Who they got next round? Let's see. Let me.
The Rams.
Oh yeah, they got the Rams. Okay, we'll get to that. The only thing I'll say about Green Bay Packers.
Before we get my quick little synopsis, I'm about to say Philly, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It was looking sketchy from they another team that hit a 360, bro. Like week 4, they got back to rolling. They got another MVP candidate on their team. I like them to. I don't know, man. That LA matchup is gonna be interesting because LA they're like, I don't know. They're like a team that can beat you, but a team that like they're a team I can expect to win, a team I can expect to lose at the same time, especially against Philly.
I'm right there with you. Philly's interesting. Yeah, Philly interesting, man, because bro, like I was chopping it up today at work, with some guys in the office. Um,
It's the cold
and
heart.
Jalen Hurts is not him, right? He not him, but he find a way to win games. Like, bro, they won 14 games this year, right? He's won at all three levels, high school, college football, and he's winning in the NFL. So despite him not necessarily being the type of quarterback that some Philly fans seem to think he is, that he continues to win. And sometimes that's all you need, right? So it's gonna be very interesting to see how the rest of this playoffs goes out for them. But we'll get to that next round, when we after we talk about the Rams. But the best game of the weekend, I would say, Commanders Buccaneers. What a banger of a game. Jaden Daniels, see the truth. They love that boy here in Maryland. What you got to say about him?
Nah, bro. As far as Jaden, like I say, rookie of the year, and that's established.
Think so?
I know so, bro. Good season by Baker and them. They definitely had a real good season. I can't even lie. But yeah, bro. Like I said, the Commanders have been the surprise, the most turned around team in the year to me. Like they got that. Like this is what they've been able to do in just a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden McDaniels having a historic year. I want to say what he's top 3 rookies passer rating for all time.
I don't know. You would have to guess. I ain't gonna say yes because I don't know, Pod.
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
about
that's
that.
that fact. You don't gotta fact check me on that one. But yeah, bro. Like I say, he's the goods. He's the goods. Always had a good defense, kind of a run game, solid, real solid. Got receivers. I mean, I don't know, bro. I gotta see the run. I feel like I don't want to call Lions like a regular season team or like a team, but I have to see them against this team because I feel like it's a team that they could lose to. I feel like they match up kind of well with them. But it's gonna be a test for the Lions just as much as it's a test for the Commanders. Even though Lions have more expectations, of course, but still, I feel like if they don't play correct, the Commanders can make something happen.
I stand with you to a point, only because the Lions have been here before and they tasted defeat, right? So Dan Campbell and that team, for the most part, they know what this feel like, right? They know they've been here before, and I don't think they want to. I think they learned enough and grown enough to really know when they to turn to put their foot on the gas pedal and not get off, right? So we'll talk a bit more about that, in a little bit. But just to touch on this game a bit more, first playoff win in nearly 7,000 days, like that's significant. You know what I mean? Like that's the way to end a drought against a team that beat them week 1 of the season, I believe. So they got their lit back and first playoff win, and they're on the come up, bro. They're a young team. They have like 90 million cap or something. Excuse me, or something like that. It's a fun time to be a Washington Commander fan. And let me tell you something, bro. My boss, I ain't seen this man that happy in a long time. Since I've been here. Like, I'm trying. Yes, bro. Cut came into work with a shirt, a Commander shirt. I'm talking. He did this on Monday, and he was like, "Yeah, I couldn't sleep. After the game, I stayed up for like an extra hour and a half." And I respect that, bro. If the Dolphins won a playoff game, I don't think I'd go to sleep that night. You know what I mean? But I really respect it, bro. So that goes to tell you the type of impact football teams have on their local communities. And Jaden Daniels, bro, 12-5 this year, right? That's a very exciting.
Bro, that's hard, bro.
That's very exciting for the city.
Yeah, I like that too. Like I said, they got turnaround team of the year for me. Just like I said, the culture, just like that like you say, that fan base is kind of a team that you want like to kind of have, especially all the crazy stuff they've been kind of going through. So
Yeah. How you feel about the Bucks?
Bucks, I'm Baker. I'm a big part of the big club. I rock with Big, but I don't know. He kind of. It's been a kind of thing with him. He kind of regresses as the year goes. He kind of starts hot and then kind of regresses a lot of times. But
Yeah,
I keep him in the fold. Still got good wide receiver play. Running game kind of trash. Defense kind of trash. I mean, I think that's the only thing you could really do is just build on your defense, kind of keep the offense consistent. I mean, it's kind of hard to not to, like I said, when you got the wide receivers they got. But
yeah.
It's kind of build on the defense. Draft's gonna be real important for them this year. I feel like so. I think they can definitely stay. I think they can definitely have a better season next year. Like I say, just work on that defense.
Working on our defense, and Chris Godwin will hopefully be back for him. So
Yeah, yeah. He was hurt a lot this year too. He was
yeah,
definitely hurt a lot.
he been gone the last couple weeks. He had a season injury. I think he broke his foot or something. But the thing with Baker, bro, Baker's gonna be good, but is he ever gonna be good enough? And that's the question that the Bucks gotta ask themselves. But at the same time, they did give him a somewhat of a team friendly contract. So when that contract is about to be up, their question would be, do we extend Baker or do we try to find the next guy? Right? Because at some point that offense got to transition, right? Chris Godwin, who I just mentioned, he's not a young cat per se. Mike Evans, right? Superstar wide receiver. He's not a young cat. And Baker, he's not necessarily the quarterback of the future. So they're in a weird little position. They made the playoffs this year, but what's the upside with that team? You know what I'm saying? So interested in seeing what they do. But from there, we can go talk about Sammy Vick himself, Stafford, and the Puka Nakua show, and LA. What you guys say about that, bro? 27-9. I don't think anybody expected that. 27-9.
Hey, bro. That's what I say, bro. They're a team. They're an experienced team. They've been there. They've been to the big game with their core. So you can't never really count them out from that point. I mean, only thing that kind of stopped them these past couple of years, I'll probably say, would be health. Health has not really been on their side. And then, but other than that, bro, like I said, they that's all I'm saying, bro. That's a team that I could see beating the Eagles if the Eagles don't come correct.
Oh yeah, they probably could.
Lions, Commanders. That's a team. Like, that's why I like all these. I low-key like all these matchups because other than the Texans and Chiefs, you could probably say is the more lopsided of them. But all these matchups are like, it can kind of go either way. Like, it's no really like.
You spitting. For me, the only thing I say to this game is not to necessarily talk bad or too good about any one team or player. It's just to show you, fans, as you watch the game, to week to week matchups change, right? It's not just Vikings versus this team or Vikings versus that team. It's the Vikings O-line versus this D-line. It's the Vikings wide receivers versus this DB room, right? It's the Vikings running back versus that front seven, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? These matchups and these things, they change week to week. And you can watch that game, you could just see it was a matchup problem. That O-line could not block, right? Could not give Sam Darnold no type of consistent time in the pocket, right? That's simply a matchup thing, And at that point you need to ask your O-line some questions, like what's happening, or like how did this happen? Questions got to be asked, bro. That man was sacked way too much. Some of those sacks might have been his fault, holding the ball too long, but a couple of them, bro, it was snap, 3-step drop.
Oh no, go ahead, my fault. I was going to ask you, do you think that's really what it was?
No, I think there was a lot involved in there, but like I said, one or two of them might have been his fault. A couple of them though were definitely on him. The only thing I'd say, and maybe it was a bit too late to adjust like this, but offensive coordinator had to call some plays that involve more quick throws, right? We need to get the ball out. The O-line's obviously struggling, right? We need to incorporate some more quick plays. Maybe be up tempo so they can't substitute on that D-line and they get tired. Something needed to change there. But hey, hand it to the Rams, 27-9. They came in, handled business, and showed why it wasn't too long ago they won a Super Bowl.
All right, bro. Gotta give them credit, bro. Team on the board, gotta give them credit.
Yeah. And now I was kind of pushing them off, but we got a couple fun matchups to talk about, right? We'll start with Commanders Lions, my boss, just to talk about him again, cuz he's stressing. But as he told me, he said, hey man, any given Sunday. And he not lying. Anything can happen, right? There's a reason why we still have to play the game, right? The game is not won on a piece of paper, right? It's won on that football field, on the gridiron. So it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be real. I got the Lions by by a million points. But at the same time,
Really?
who knows? Who knows what Jaden Daniels do? Who knows what the Commanders do? Who knows if the Lions even show up, right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I think they're gonna play good, but I don't know, bro. They gotta show me. They don't got that, how Chiefs got that, they probably gonna win this game factor. They don't got that factor.
That aura, yeah. No, I feel you.
They got that winning aura yet.
I'm right there with you. That's facts. That's facts. It's Hey, but like I said, I got Detroit, but that's probably the game, or no, that's cap. That's one of the two games I'm most excited about watching. This I believe it's this weekend, right? Yeah, this weekend. Um, and it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. The only thing I say for the Commanders is one, that running game has to show up, right? You have to be able to run the ball,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
And we need other wide receivers other than Terry, right? Whether it's Zach Ertz, whether than I think his name is De'Ami Brown. Um, we need these other guys, right? These other guys who've kind of been under the radar for most of the season for the casual fan. They're gonna have to be there. It can't just be Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. They're gonna have to be there. And conversely, on that defense, because we know what the Lions gonna do, or we know what they're gonna try to do, right? They have to stop the running game, right? Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery can't kill you,
Right.
right? If you let them boys, run the ball 30, 40 times successfully, it's gonna be a long day. So you gotta make them a passing offense and put some fire on the Jared Goff ass, right? You gotta get after him. Have to stop the running game, get after the quarterback, and you got a shot.
I agree. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Um,
Like I say, it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a really good matchup. Like I say, I don't like I say, Jared Goff. It's kind of gonna be a big game for him too, especially how last year went. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, excited. Like I still got the Lions, but the line is 9.5. I wouldn't bet it, but I do like it.
You wouldn't bet it, but you like it, so you don't like
Yeah,
it.
I like it, but liking it regarding my money is another question altogether. Um,
I shouldn't expose to the because to the viewers or listeners, supporters about your habits. So I'm gonna keep that. You know what I'm
and
saying?
man, the habit is we make money and get green tickets. That's the habit, nothing else.
Green slips don't dip.
Exactly, trying to tell you. But Rams Eagles, you touched on it a bit earlier. What? That's an interesting one, man. It could easily be a defensive nightmare. The line is 43.5, so for total points. So Vegas agrees that it could very well be a low scoring matchup because just to go back a little bit, the Rams ain't do too much offensively. Not that they had to against the Vikings, right? But I feel like they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to make
Yeah.
this an offensive game. Not an offensive game per se, but they're gonna have to show up on offense because the Eagles got a good defense, and the Eagles are likely to make plays when you got Saquon and AJ Brown out there. So I think the Rams want to win this game. They definitely got to put up 20 points, at least 20,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this is
24
gonna be a
points.
shootout. This is gonna be a shootout for sure. I can guarantee you that. Especially how both teams coming in, it's gonna be a shootout.
I'm excited about it though. I'm very excited about this weekend. We'll wrap up our playoff matchups there, unless you had another tidbit you wanted to give.
We just need somebody to stop the Chiefs black magic, bro. That's all I want, bro.
I'm praying, bro. Probably works.
We're gonna make sure that we do what we're supposed to do. We're good Samaritans.
Yeah.
We open the door for young ladies. We do all the things so we can get what we deserve.
Exactly, and that's to stop the Chiefs, guys. That's what we're doing on this podcast. Moving on, we'll stay with the NFL. What you said?
I said, now we're losing Chiefs fans.
Yeah, we
don't. Nah, we love y'all too. We love y'all too.
It's not right now. But no, I'm playing. Just one last thing about the NFL, and I'll make it, bro, real quick. We already know who the MVP finalists are, pretty much, right? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. No bias, and I gotta say that, no bias. Who's the MVP?
No bias.
No bias.
Bro, I think you honestly have to go with. See, bro, and I was having a conversation about this. I feel like there's so many parallels to how this NFL season went to the 2022 NBA season. Because if you think about it, bro, how they gave Lamar an MVP during you could say a relatively weak quarterback year, and you kind of had to go based off the metrics, who won, the advanced numbers, things like that. So where now you have a worthy candidate to where he's due for one. So then you see the propaganda behind that one changes when Lamar's actually having an MVP worthy season. So it's like, bro, you number one in QBR, number one in passing yards, number one in rushing for QB. It's like broke Michael Vick's record for passing and rushing the last game, 2 games ago. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. Like I say, this is his best as far as the numbers, in my opinion, his best year, bro. Like, bro,
So,
he
so that's
43,
your answer.
bro. He only threw 4 interceptions this year, bro. It's like,
I ain't disagreeing, bro. I'm just saying, like, that's your MVP.
yeah. But shout out to Josh though, because he was hurt for a little bit, came back, ball. Like, I gotta give him his kudos. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, I guess you can give him credit for not throwing that many picks this year, but. Yeah, nah, he balled out, but I mean, I gotta go based off what I see.
Nah, I'm right there with you, and just to piggyback off of everything you just said, because I'm in agreement. Lamar Jackson is my MVP this year, and I think the numbers and the games and everything collectively speak for themselves. The only thing with Josh Allen, though, the media is definitely behind him. You can kind of see that, with some of these comments that prominent media outlets have been making regarding Josh Allen. Not to say he isn't deserving of an MVP. He
Sure.
definitely had an MVP like season. I ain't gonna say he didn't, but the media definitely favors one side, and despite that, it's gonna be Lamar Action Jackson that wins that MVP and brings it on for Broward. But
No bias at all, though, chat.
no
Hey, but let
bias,
me.
no bias, no bias.
And I want to get your perspective on this since it's the topic. Do you feel like if you were in his shoes, do you feel like would you rather not win the MVP and go to win the Super Bowl, or win the MVP?
Hell yeah, bro.
Super
Hell
Bowl?
yeah. Hell yeah, bro. I promise you, LJ would trade them two MVPs he already got for a Super Bowl trophy.
I agree.
Who wouldn't? That's individual awards are great, but we want that big one, man. We want that big one. Guys go their whole career and never touch one. You know what I'm saying? Like we want that big one. I know he wanted. I remember when he got drafted to Baltimore, pick 32 in the draft. That boy came up there and said, "Baltimore, you gonna get a Super Bowl out of me, right?" Um, I remember that, and so I know just how much it means to him. You know what I'm saying? So he want
But
that
now,
bowl, and I think he got a real shot, a real genuine shot to go get it this year.
I agree, bro. Yeah, but like I said, it's gonna be tough with them Chiefs, bro. It's gonna be tough, but
Hell yeah.
I think this year this is the best chemistry they've had like in a while. And like I said, I think Lamar's playing. It's up to him, bro. It's all on him. Ain't gonna lie. It's all on him.
Hell yeah.
All
I'm
on him.
with you.
Patty gonna come. But I know Patty ain't gonna lie. I know the sun come up. I know the sun gonna go down, and I know Patty gonna Patty.
He gonna do him one every time, bro. No doubt about that. He gonna do him one. So
You can trust him, bro. I'm gonna be real. LJ a baller, but I don't know if I can trust him like that yet. So the test is up.
nah, like I said, Patty's gonna do his big one. My only worry, if I was a Baltimore fan, versus the Bills, is that despite the snow, right? Despite the snow,
Right.
the Ravens' pass defense has been problematic. And combine that with Josh Allen's running ability, the Bills gonna still score, man. So it's like you said, it's gonna be on LJ, it's gonna be on Derrick Henry. They gonna have to put up points, right? They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. You're not winning this game 20-16. You're just not. Even though they beat the Bills 35-10, back in like week 4, I believe. That's just not what's gonna happen. I would love for that to happen, but I don't think that's what's gonna be. That's gonna be the result this weekend. I think the Bills is gonna score 20 plus. So
Yeah,
we.
bro. And like Henry on a heater right now too, bro. Like
Yeah.
I think I doubt that changes if you get more touches. So
Hell yeah. But that's it for that. I'm gonna touch on college football real quick. Ohio State. We do have a local broadcast line. There you go. Oh brother, hey bro. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say that.
It's not an hour back. Is it an hour back with there?
In Ohio, I think it's 2. It might be
No,
1. I don't know.
in Maryland.
In Maryland, no, we on the east. We on the east. Yes,
So it's
Eastern.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, so wake up.
Oh
Okay.
brother. Oh brother.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, Buckeyes Notre Dame, Jeremiah Smith, Jeremiah Love, right? A couple Jeremiahs. I just pulled that out of nowhere. That was not a part of the plan. Um, it's looking like another the way it's looking right now. It's looking like Notre Dame versus Alabama way back when, right? It's not shaping up to be a good game for Notre Dame fans, unfortunately. Um, the Buckeyes they just it right now. They just it right now, and I think it's gonna be a long day for the Irish. It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day. What you think?
That's actually, I'm actually surprised you think that because I have a lot of people. Well, let me rephrase that. They want Notre Dame to win. I don't know if they actually believe in it, but I have a lot of people thinking Notre Dame's gonna get it.
I don't think so, bro. I think they've had the perfect path to get here. Not to say they're a bad football team, but they just haven't had. They played a they played a backup quarterback in Georgia. Right, they
Wow.
played against Drew Allard in Penn
Not
State,
a
who didn't
Mickey
complete
Mouse ring.
who didn't complete a single pass to a wide receiver in that game, and
Not a,
now
not a
and
Mickey
now
Mouse.
they finally, and I mean finally, gonna go up against a real football team from top down. I mean, Will Howard is a terrorist. Let's get that out there first of all, but he's definitely
Boo.
better than Drew Allard and the Georgia backup.
That was in the
Yeah,
chat
bruh.
for. Listen,
He's a
bro.
terrorist, guys. He's a terrorist.
Buckeyes is winning tonight.
Yeah, I said they're winning, man. Don't make me pray against you.
But nah, honestly though, so let me ask you this then. So what do you feel like Notre Dame has to do to, I guess, give them a chance against
If
Ohio
Notre
State?
Dame wants to win that game, one of the things that I think they're already going to do is bracket Jeremiah Smith, make other people beat you. I think they're going to do that for sure. The next thing that they have to do is at the quarterback position. The quarterback has to play the game of his life, right? You're not going to win this game just trying to run the ball the whole time, right? Because the Buckeyes will score. And they have a good defense as well. So that quarterback, they're gonna win and lose with their quarterback. Right now, I'm thinking it's losing, but for them to win that game, bro gonna have to show something, right? He gonna have to play a bit better than what he's shown so far, you know. And honestly, I don't believe he can. But again, as we said with the Commanders and the Buckeyes, right? It's any given day, and there's a reason why you got to line up and play. So what do I know, right? He can go out there and ball, but that's the two keys I think for winning. Stop Jeremiah Smith, don't make him beat you, and better quarterback play. That's Notre Dame's key to success.
Okay. All right, I'm flowing with it. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like I say, Ohio State, they definitely gonna have to play a lot better. And it's crazy because remember, I don't know if you remember the episode we talked about it when we were doing our college football playoff rankings. I had Texas winning it all, and Ohio State beat them. So I should have just went with my gut, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a dope national championship game though.
I think so
final
too.
score, what you say?
Final score?
Yeah.
Final score, I'm gonna go, let me think about it. 30, 35, 17. 35-20 final score.
Interesting. 35-17.
Nah, 20. 35-20 final score. Let me see what the line is real quick. The line is -8. So they got Ohio State winning by 8 points. So I got them by a bit more. I really just think they just that much better. But again, you still got to play the game. So we'll see.
Gotta play the game. This Monday, right? Upcoming Monday.
Monday night, yes sir.
Looking forward to that one. Wow.
Oh yeah. We can finally transition to the association.
Basketball ain't playing. Yeah. Nah, y'all, but you know, I was actually so crazy enough. I was going Celtics losing to the Raptors right now, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on that. That's crazy.
They haven't, but you know how they haven't won an away game yet. But that's beside the point. Let's get into the association. You know, we got a couple things that's going on right now. We got teams that's kind of been hot, as you guys know. We got the red hot Cavaliers who keep winning basketball games.
For sure.
I don't know if that's a shocker. Basically kind of still leading the NBA in scoring, 122 points a game, still very consistent defense, number 2 in point differential, and say they rolling, bro. The two big dynamic, the Twin Towers, Mobley, Allen, 2-man game is being used exponentially well. Hollow game on point, and with both of them being good playmakers, it always works because people, and this is a good topic. We're gonna bring it in, see, we're gonna teach, and then we're gonna get into other stuff. Yeah. So Phil, I was thinking about it, how people think about spacing. So to you, what is spacing?
What is spacing?
Yes.
Yo, I'm gonna answer this question. Mind you, this is coming from someone who did not grow up playing basketball. This is just how I watch
In
the
your
game.
opinion, I feel like it's a world like a consensus, and then and it's gonna be back to the Cavs. But I just
No,
want to
yeah,
hear,
yeah. So
because I feel like a lot of
my
people have opinions on it.
my idea of spacing is I'm taking it very literally, right? You know, where are your players standing on the court? You know what I mean? Like, do you have 2 or 3 guys standing in and around the painted area because they're not shooters, right? Do you have guys standing and waiting in the wings for a kick out with a guy cutting, you're big waiting on the block? I think that's spacing, right? When you have at least one, or not one, but 2 guys in the lineup that can shoot the tray ball and provide a threat from deep, so the defense has to guard up and not sink, to protect, like, against drives and mid-range jumpers, right? They have to guard up, which creates space in behind them. So that's my definition of spacing, when you have guys that can make the defense respect that 3 ball.
I agree, and that's definitely what it is from the fundamentals of it. But people don't understand that spacing is not always left to right. Spacing can be up and down, and basically Cavs do a good job of using the box and letting their bigs create space from their passing though. That's how they're able to get all those threes, and they're both great screeners. So when you got a lob and you got a bigs who can play high-low between each other, have space within your guards, because essentially you have 4 players on defense in the middle of the court, and you have 3 out who's still shooters, and one leaving one of them. So Cavs just do a real good job of making space with their bigs, bro. And like I said, they keep winning, they keep getting better. They getting healthier. They just got Strus back on the OKC game. Maximilian. So Cavs Cavin, you know what I'm saying? They actually put Cavs and we're recording this in January 15th, so they actually play again tomorrow. The Cavs and OKC, that came down to the wire, you know what I'm saying? That being the game to watch. Cavs came up on top, but no Chet, so we will see. Have to definitely see. I definitely feel like Chet played a big part of that. And speaking of OKC, we got the team with the number 1 point differential in the NBA, 12.8, actually 3rd all time NBA history winning percentage, behind the 96 Bulls and the Golden State Warriors 2016. It's absolutely crazy. But man, Shea Butter doing what he do, smooth as can be, kind of just playing how he's supposed to play. And like I say, those are 2 top teams in these conference. And then like I say, those teams, it's like I think it's them head and shoulders over everybody else. It's their world and we live in type thing. So
no, hell yeah.
How you feel about those 2 teams, man? Just in general, you can start off with the Cavs. I know you're a big Mobley advocate.
I am, bro.
Like so far, we were talking about them early, and we was like, can they keep this up? But they've been consistent, bro.
Very consistent.
They came to play.
Yeah. So the thing about it, I've said this before on the pod, and I'll mention it again quickly. The thing about the Cavs and what makes them so different is that the ball doesn't stick anymore, right? Like the other night, Spider was going ballistic a little bit in the first half, but it was a very efficient night from him, from the field, right? He shot 12 of 23, right? So above 50%. That's good, right? And what I like to see is the fact that Garland still got his 18 shots, Evans still got his 12 shots, and as a whole, the team shot 48% from the field, right? That's what I mean. The ball isn't sticking, and guys are taking good good team orientated shots, right? No one's trying to be the hero, no one's trying to be the Superman. They're playing good team basketball, and I think it got a lot to do with the coaching, and I think it got a lot to do with the maturity of Donovan Mitchell and the growth spurt, not necessarily in height, but in mental facilities from Evan Mobley. So really a big fan of what they're doing this year, and I can't wait to see them in the playoffs. From
Right,
there,
bro. I about to say, especially Garden too. Gotta give Garden his
hell yeah.
props too. 21-6, but I think he's the only person who's officially 50, 40, 90, like on the head. I think everybody's close, but I think he's the first. He's the only one right now. So
Really?
yeah,
Let me see.
yeah.
Let me see. We fact check on the pod, guys.
Make sure.
Oh, he's so close.
What happened? He must have had a stinker last game.
He was 9 at 18. He shot 50%, but he's 49.8 from the field, 42.4 from three, and 90 from free throw. So he right there. I'll get it to you.
He must have dropped. He must have. I was about to say because he had to be 50. I'll take my 0.3 to the bank.
Yeah, I get it to you. I get it to you. So that's actually really good from Darius Garland. So
very efficient year for him.
Yeah,
very efficient year.
Especially when he's playing with another ball dominant guard like Spider. So
yeah, number 3 in clutch too. Like I say, he's having like and that's why it's so important to watch the games, because if you're looking at the box, 21-6,
yeah,
that man is playing like a top 5 point guard right now with 26.
Good, like I said, good team oriented basketball. From there though, OKC, that is another facet of good team oriented basketball, except this one is more centered around a superstar, and a superstar that's been very, very, very consistent. Wake up and drop 30, right? That's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and most people's MVP favorite at the moment, and that's not something you can even like argue against, right? Like I think Giannis is the MVP, but if Shai win the MVP, I'm not gonna be like, damn, Giannis should have won it. No, he's very, very, very deserving of the award right now. Still got a long way to go, but a very, very, very consistent superstar, and then a team of guys around him. I just seen Hartenstein got hurt, but I think he's a big reason for their continued success. The last couple months, right? He just came in the second he was ready to go and just fit in very nicely, right? Double guy. And he's a force down there in the box, and of course Jalen Williams, got to give it to him. He been hooping. Hey man, it's gonna be a fun playoff season this year, right? It's gonna be very fun with teams like OKC and the Cavs leading the East and the West respectively.
Yeah, man, I like it, man. It's like it gives me like 2015, 2016 vibes, like around that time where it's like these two juggernauts and you got teams that could be in the mix if things go right, but it's still like on par. Like it's not like too far off, Nah,
everybody really right there. Like, it's not like the Cavs or OKC are just levels and levels and levels and levels better than the next guy.
They're a lot better than them, but they're not a lot better than them. If that makes sense.
No, 100% they do. Like they're proving that they're better. Like you can't knock 34-5 and 33-6. You can't knock that. But Houston Rockets 26-12, Grizzlies 25-15. Right there, they're not too far off. In the East, you got 28-11 and 26-15 from Boston and the Knicks. They're not far off. You know what I'm saying? So, playoff basketball is gonna be a very fun time, and I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited about it.
Yeah, man, I'm digging it. But yeah, like I said, those are the two crushers right now. And the two other teams that I want to talk about real quick, we're gonna talk about Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets been doing what they're supposed to do. Number 4 in net rating, number 2 in offense. Guess what they are in defense, Phil?
Talk to me. 10th?
Is that your last final guess?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 10th. Just throw that out there for no reason.
24th in defense, but
I should have seen that coming.
They've won 5 of their last 8, and they've been hooping on the backs of a big change in the rotation with a lot of injuries lined up. And it's been one who's a lot of people written off. He's been the casualty of
Bricky.
Mr. Bricky. Mr. Westbricky, he's been having a resurgence, man. These last couple of games, averaging 26, 9, and 7. Hand shooting 50% from the field. We're not going to talk about the 3-ball, but 50% from the field. And he's been helping Denver go ahead and do what they're supposed to do, help them get back in the mix with a lot of injuries this year, especially with Aaron Gordon being hurt, Jamal Murray being up and down out the lineup. So, Bill, I don't know if you've been too tapped in with the Denver Nuggets, but as far as let's just talk about we already know Yoke he's getting stats every night. He's gonna do what he do. But like, let's realistically, do Nuggets actually have a shot to win a chip, or is it that when you have a player that good like Jokic, you can't never really count them out?
I think the latter answer is the correct answer. You can't never really count him out because Nikola, we've seen Nikola in the playoffs. He's gonna be a superstar, right? He's that guy he's gonna have an MVP like year, then he's gonna turn it up another notch come playoff time. Right, which is as you about to say, that's crazy to say. I think Shaq, even though he says a lot of crazy things sometimes, every now and then he'll spit. And what he said was a couple of years ago, I think he said it right. You have to be able to turn it up in the playoffs. Like you have to. I don't care what you did in the regular season, whatever it is you did, you have to be able to go another notch. And we've seen it here on the football side of things with the Rams and the Commanders and teams like that, but it applies to basketball as well, right? Jokic is going to turn it up another notch, and you can't count him out against anybody. So, hey, like I said before, it's going to be a fun playoff time. We a long ways off though. We ain't even at All-Star break yet, but
not even.
It's going to be fun.
That's what's dope about it too, and I like the Russ because Russ actually gave him a different dynamic that they never had. I feel like they're a faster team, and what's a benefit of having a player like Russ and tied with a player like Jokic? Jokic is never really in the paint anyway. Jokic operates top of the key, put him on the box here and there to post up, but Russ has all the driving lanes now. Russ hasn't played a spacing center probably. I don't think Russ has ever played with a center this much of a spacing center before. Now that I'm thinking about it, always played with traditional shit.
Yeah, I was just thinking he was with was Russ a Wizard?
Yeah, he was a Wizard, but who was there? They had Gafford though. He traditional.
They did have Gafford. He was Russ a Rocket?
Yeah, but he was damn near the center.
Yeah, I remember. I'm just trying to remember everywhere he went.
Bro playing center.
Hell yeah, he was obviously with OKC. And it was like Serge and Steven Adams and Perk. Yeah, he never had a big. I mean, most people never had a big like this, man.
Well, fair, but like as far as like being able to play outside, like the paint.
Yeah, free the painted area up.
And he's a great cutter. So Jokic finds him a lot on like a lot of back doors and things like that. So I honestly think it's like it's a good matchup. Like you would never think about it being a good matchup, but it's a very good matchup. Both elite passers. So
I'm with you.
But. And then we're going to talk about one little team and then a couple little breaking news questions. We got Detroit basketball. Come on, man. The boys hooping out there in the D. Need to go ahead and buy Buffs, man. The boys 8-2 in their last 10 games, man. Just beat the Knicks, one of the hottest teams in the NBA, man. I don't know. Pistons definitely been turning around, definitely been turning around, building a lot of winning habits. Although it's only the beginning of the season, you don't want to jump the gun. We're not trying to give them the trophy already, but we like ahead of schedule for the season going by. Definitely like the continuity we're playing with. They're finally healthy. They got their spacing right as far as their lineups and things like that. And we can't forget about your boy. What's his name? What you call him, Phil?
Hey, Buckingham, man. The one and only.
And you could call it a breakout season. Averaging 24, 9, and 6. One of the seven players that averaged that ever in NBA history. It's a little fun fact for y'all. Like I say, man, K leading the charge, hooping, playing with pace, getting his teammates involved. And I definitely like the trajectory they're on, Phil, not gonna lie. And this is interesting too because usually, and people don't remember, they signed Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway here in the top. Tobias Harris kind of more so on like vet minimum cap fillers, you know what I'm saying? Kind of to probably dump at the trade deadline to see, depending on how competitive you are, to get some picks. But they've been holding tack with this group. So I'm just interested in you. What's a realistic expectation for the Pistons you feel like this year?
This is a tough question, but as I've mentioned in our group chats and I've mentioned on previous episodes, on the pod we tell the truth, right?
Of course.
On the pod we tell
That's
the truth. We might
realistic,
have a
brother.
couple agendas, but
That's also
we
realistic,
got it.
brother.
Not for sure, for sure. Honestly, they're a playing team, you know, and I think a matchup with with depending on where they come out in the play-in, right? If they come in as the eighth seed, a matchup with the Cavs, I don't like them to have a very good series. If they end up as that seventh seed versus the Celtics, again, I don't like them to have a very good series. The Knicks, that might be interesting. If that's where where the Knicks finish, but I don't think they make it out the first
Hey,
round. Is what I'm trying to say.
I was
Uh,
gonna say because the lucky number is 6, and I think they a half game probably out of the 6 seed maybe because they
some
21 games
somebody.
now.
Yeah, they 21 and 19. The Heat in seventh at 20 and 18, and sixth seed 22 and
The
19 is
Pacers.
the Pacers.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, hey, they get the 6
It's
seed. A lot of Knicks. That wouldn't be a bad matchup.
no, it wouldn't. Even still, I still would like the Knicks to make it out that round one.
Well,
But
I just want to
yeah,
start controversy.
no, I feel you, and not to shoot it down, but like I said, man, I'm a big fan of Cade, and I like that Detroit is not losing 28 games in a row anymore. But
That don't sound fun.
no, that's not fun at all. But again, I just don't think they make it out the first round. It just we'll see how they finish the season. You know, we'll see if they do anything in a trade as the trade deadline creeps closer. I don't think they will, but we will see. We don't know, and you never know, right? You never know. But as of right now, tonight, goddamn, what day is it? The 15th of January. Um, yeah, I don't know. They're not making it out the first round, bro. Real talk.
First round. Yeah, nah, I agree. I'm on board. I'm on board with you on that one, family. And it's not so. It's like I said, they're on schedule. You know what I'm saying? The elevation of Cade has been really great, especially how he's been playing off the pick and roll. Him and Duran's chemistry has just been out of this world. And and like I say, I just feel like this group is growing. Good vets in the locker room. Like I say, as long as they stay consistent and just stay building around the core that they have, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be good. I was toxic the other day with Phil when we was talking about the pod, and then I'm gonna pose the question to some of you. I don't want to push back, but right now in 2025, tell me you would not take Cade Cunningham over Stephen Curry.
I have to. I have
Yeah.
to.
And
I
that's
have
no
to.
stuff because Steph is a legend, but this year, yeah, nah,
Give me
for Steph,
Cade, man. Give
give me
me
Cade.
Cade. Give me Cade
Just-
Buckingham.
they
If
make
you haven't, if you don't know, right? If you don't know, now you know. After the episode, go check some film. Go watch some highlights. Go check the numbers. Look how much triple doubles he got. And you'll see just what we talking about and why I call him Cade Buckingham, man.
And
You
guess
didn't know
what?
before, now you do.
And guess what? Next year, he's gonna be better than Dak Prescott.
I'm trying to tell you. He's gonna be better than Dak Prescott. Hey man, bring him to the Dolphins.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna get into a little quick hitters. Like I said, we got a trade deadline approaching. We got three. You can say big fish in the pond. I mean, to be honest, all three of them, I wouldn't want them on my team, but you got to be on the lookout for all of them. We're gonna start about your man Jimmy Buckets. He had a little frenzy going on with him as far as teams he want to go to. Seems like him and they're gonna go ahead and end the marriage. It's not been looking good. We're in a phase where they both posting on social media about each other. You know what I'm saying? Gaslighting each other. So, Bill, just as far as Jimmy, expectations trade deadline. Because me personally, I feel like he kind of, I don't know, like it's hard because he has what team I feel like would want to risk the assets to compete right now because it's only a handful of contenders at the moment. So it would have to be a younger team in a sense who will have the assets to do it. Teams that come to mind if you would want to get that many assets for him is obviously probably like the Memphises, the Orlando, the Rockets, the Mavs.
Yep.
It just depends. Like I said. So what do you? I don't know. What do you feel as the Heat advocate? on the pod.
As the Heat advocate, Chris and Paul would love to hear that. But
Even if you hating on you the best we got right now. So.
but honestly, man, look, it's sad what it is, but I ain't gonna dwell on it too much. It is what it is, bro. It's all good things must come to an end eventually. Sad to see this is how it ended, like publicly and in the media like this. You know, I wish this would have been a behind the closed doors thing. You know, shake his hand, and you know, um, hold the door for him so he could leave, right? But
Pat
instead, it's a
O's.
boot in the back, and we talking trash on the socials, subliminal messages left and right. But it is what it
You
is.
know,
Let's get him gone. What you say?
Pat old school. He like your, he old school. He like your grandpa, man. He ain't gonna budge for nothing.
Yeah, no, he's stubborn, man. He always gonna do it. Pat gonna always try to get the last laugh.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
so do you feel
But
like
yeah,
that
go ahead.
that well, because I want your opinion on this, and since we're talking about the Heat culture, because we hear about it often, right? How they have a culture for winning that's been well
Stupid,
renowned.
bro.
The body fat stuff, we hear it all the time. But
It's
like, do
stupid.
you feel like we're kind of steering? Okay, so that's an interesting point. So do you think it's stupid from the optic standpoint, or do you think it's stupid from the expectation? Because I don't think the expectation of winning should ever be a bad thing.
No.
But I feel like the optics around not being able to adapt is not cool.
So, but
Yeah,
why it's stupid? It was nice when everybody else said it, right? It was cool when everybody else was talking about Heat culture, right? It wasn't a Miami Heat pushing it thing. You know, they mentioned the word culture, but it wasn't like because you know it's like hashtag culture and whatnot. Now, like the Heat themselves are pushing it. They're trying to make it their thing.
that's
You know
become
what
a
they're known
buzzword
for,
in
and it
general.
definitely it's a buzzword. And what their culture has turned to is bringing up a bunch of undrafted guys or guys who were tossed aside and trying to win with that. You know, like that's what the Heat's definition of culture has been the last couple of years, right? That's not a I don't want to say that's a bad thing, right? But that's what it's turned into. You know, trying to win with make a lot out of little. You know, you're trying to make a dime out of a nickel. Um,
Right.
and I think what the Heat are learning is that a nickel gonna always be a nickel found. So, um,
That's a crazy analogy, W analogy though.
so
A
that's
nickel.
why I think it's a bit silly. Like when everybody else, right? When a bunch of the outside voices was dubbing it Heat culture and whatnot, that's when it was cool, right? But now you're making it your
You
thing.
got played out. You said you got played out, bro.
They definitely did, man. So, like, bro, they put it on the court, bro. Like, what is that, brother? You know, go get you a
never,
superstar.
I never heard you say that. Nah, that's crazy. They did put. I feel you though. It became gimmicky. It
It
became.
did, man. It
Yeah, I
became
feel
less
you.
about what it is, you know,
That
and
example
more.
basically made me understand what you mean. That's funny. That voice say they put it on the court.
Exactly. So that ain't cool. But that's my opinion on that. And hey, man, Jimmy, I don't care where you go. Just as long as I'm getting youth and picks, I don't care who they send back. Youth and picks. As long as they're
You,
young and come with a couple picks, I'm good. I don't care.
yeah, man. He say Pat was out here giving him Thomas Robinson, so he had to bounce.
Thomas Thomas Bryant. That's crazy.
Oh, I said Thomas Robinson. See, I didn't say his
and
name wrong.
and Jay Rich.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
no,
it is. That's that culture foolishness.
yeah, I don't like the J Rich. I don't like the J Rich slander. WJ Rich.
Oh yeah, that's Rook too.
Yeah, nah.
But
But yeah,
but
nah, brother. Like I said, I just wanted to get your opinion on it. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting. I don't like I say, bro. I don't. It's confusing, bro. Cause you gotta be a team that he'll want to go to too. That's like interesting, but at the same time, it's I don't know. Jimmy's an
yeah,
interesting fellow. So
is that boy be getting suings. But I ain't gonna say too much on that. What you?
that's nuts. And then we're gonna talk about one of the other, if you want to put quote unquote big fish, Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill, been having
Bradley.
a play since coming off the bench, averaging 18 points a game coming off the bench. Been playing solid, numbers going up. Definitely shooting the splits, definitely been better.
Mhm.
Been handling the transition well, but just interesting comments in the media just mentioned about how he holds the keys, which he 100% do. Because if the audience isn't informed and should be informed, Bradley Beal has one of these things called a no trade clause, which actually only 9 players in NBA history has had, and he is one of the only people included within that group.
That's
And
insane.
which is completely insane. And he has 2 more years of his $318 million extension, Washington Wizards. This year he's making 50, and on the last year of that deal, which is in the next 2 years, newsflash, he's probably gonna pick up that player option. He will be making $100 million for the next 2 years at the big age of, drum roll please. One more dude, 34.
34, big 34. Yeah, Bradley Beal. I remember when he was in Heat, trade rumors, and no cut. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Pat Riley do. He
I'm gonna
traded
be
Jimmy
honest.
for Bradley Beal.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't think Bradley Beal would be a bad piece for y'all.
Come on, bro, don't do that, bro.
No money, bro. You're thinking about the money, bro. The money is gross, but think about play wise. He's playing with Katie and Booker. Like he. No, granted, I think he's washed to an extent. Like, I don't think he's gonna come average 30 on the Heat, but I think he could definitely help y'all better than Jimmy right now. Jimmy ain't playing. He out there BSing.
Yeah,
No
No.
Bradley for you.
no, I'd rather not. Like I said, bro, I want youth and picks. We not winning a chip this year. It's not happening. Right? Give it a rest. Let's build through the draft again. You know,
You're not ready to build the Bill Hero Bam Big Three.
yeah, bro, big three, I asked. I'm sorry. You know,
No,
it's just not gonna happen, brother. We need youth, and we need to build through the draft and stop trying to trade every goddamn time. I mean, sometimes it's right to trade, but at the other times, there's nothing wrong with building through the draft. There's nothing wrong with it. Right?
Nothing
We got
wrong with
Hero. Despite my opinions on Bam, we have Bam. Right? Jaime Jaquez, I think is how you say his name, or Jamie. You know, he's looked all right. Right? I'm willing to give Nikola Jovic some more time. Let's build through the draft, and we see where we shake out in a year or two.
I hear you, champ. I hear you. Just trying to just check your temperature. But then
out for me.
we got one more trade chip, and this is kind of a Hail Mary, but I've been hearing speculations. Brandon Ingram has been a name floating around for trade deadline talks recently. As you know,
That's an
Pelicans.
interesting one.
Yeah, it is, because they're a whopping 9-32, not too good. I don't know who they hire in their medical staff. I don't know if they got their degree. I don't know if they got their degree from educollege.com, but they're not doing a good job over there, man. Pelicans very disappointing team with very high expectations with their big free agent signing DeJounte Murray. Broke his hand first game of the season, so that was just a tall tale to show the exact season, because Pelicans have not played with their full lineup only one time this season, and that was on the second game of the season. So Brandon Ingram most likely wasn't going to get paid this summer, and that was kind of what the tall tales was going into the season anyway, how they didn't get the contract that he wanted. So he also switched agencies to Clutch. So Clutch, they give me my money.
Exactly.
So still, Brandon Ingram, average 23 again since his tenure in the Pelicans. Nice solid scoring wing, can help a couple teams depending on the maths. Who would you like Brandon Ingram to go to if you would put him on a contender or a solid team?
Oh man, god damn it. Y'all see what he do, Pod? He just throw some bullshit at me. I hope I figure it out. I'm playing. Honestly,
I want to be honest, brother. That's why we had this pod. We honest with each other.
Like real spill. If I were the Memphis Grizzlies, I would think about it. If I were the Memphis Grizzlies. That's what
you wouldn't pick up the phone, but you'll send a text.
I might pick up the phone, but like
that's a hey big head text.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a little yo. What you doing, man? But if I were them, I would definitely pick up the phone. I think they have the combination of assets and talent that would be remaining to make that trade happen, right? That's one team, but they don't have to do that. Nor do they need to do that, in
Not
my
gonna lie,
opinion.
you're moving me though. That would and then that would help them out too because they need somebody in the half court because they play
They
fast. They're a
they
fast
they
team.
do. They do. If they had somebody right there, that could slow the game down and go get them a bucket, 1v1 when you need them, ISO basketball.
Right. But it
That's
can go two
that.
ways though. It can go two ways because that would be good. But because I was thinking the same way with the DeMar DeRozan and the Kings, and even though they picked it up recently because they switched some things up at the
Yeah.
beginning, I noticed that like the reason why Kings offense was so high powered because you got De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, you got these guards, these high paced guards pushing the pace for their
Yeah.
offense, and DeMar kind of slowed down their offense. Now I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, lately they've been playing the hell off of the bonus lately. So I actually like how Doug Christie been coaching lately. But I say that to say, getting back to the example with Memphis, you don't want them to slow down their offense to an extent. Even though I think Brandon Ingram can play fast, but you got Ja, you gotta be able to be run and be cool with running.
Yeah. Nah, you facts. Like I said, I would think about it.
That's not a bad pick at all, though. I like that actually.
Yeah. I would
I
I would
like.
think about it. I'd give you another one. I don't really like this one. I just think
Hold up. My fault. Before you continue, you could just say yes or no real quick, and then a quick reason why. Who would they have to come off to get that trade done? Dylan Brooks or not Dylan Brooks. I'm capping. What's his name? Desmond Baines or Jaren Jackson? Which one you think goes in that deal for Ingram?
Bang goes. But if I were them,
Okay.
I would figure out a way to just pack them up on because they have assets, right? If I remember correctly, they should have a few picks.
They got a few
Um,
picks, and they're a pretty deep team. They can get off some players. They got good
yeah,
players.
yeah.
They're
If they could,
pretty.
if they could figure out a way to keep Ja, Ben, and Jaren together, and come up off some bench guys, because they got a lot of them. Like a combination of Scotty and Santi and a couple picks maybe, like Santi Adama, right? I don't the Pelicans might hang up the phone, but I would at least ask. I would at
Boo
least
boo.
ask
My
them.
fault. My phone, the call dropped. My fault.
Basically, but yeah, man. If I were them, I'd think about it. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, nah, that's actually not bad. Memphis is not bad. I can see him, like I say, probably being on like a Dallas. I see him being on Memphis. And low key, if you can get him with Ant-Man in Minnesota instead of Julius
I,
Randle, but
I
obviously I
was
don't
thinking
think the
about that,
Pelicans.
but
I don't know if the Pelicans would do that, but that
yeah.
wouldn't be bad either. I actually would like him on the I would like him on a couple teams. Not gonna lie,
It'd
it's a
be
couple.
interesting. What I wanted to say, and then you could move on from there. But the Bucks, bro, that would be an interesting trade. I don't know how they pull it off because they don't have assets, but
Unless you get off mid, sell high on mid, and see if you can get Portis in there. Andre Jackson, he
they,
a nice
they,
young thing,
they can't
but
give
I
up
don't.
Portis. They can't. But
That's
like
too much offense, though. That's too much offense.
I
I think
think,
that's too.
bro, I agree. They've been snapping these last couple games. They turned it
They
around a
already
bit
got
after.
with Damon Giannis with the ball. They don't need Ingram
Yeah.
with the ball.
I agree. Like I said, I wouldn't like the trade. It would just be interesting if they
I
decided to
can
do
lie.
something like
We
that.
was just talking about this too. Denver, I remember we was actually debating about this. I think
Yeah.
Denver would fit, especially since
I don't,
Jamal Murray
bro.
playing like Jamal Tinsley.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. For some reason, I just don't like it. But because he taking shots away from MPJ, and I don't like that. Unless they
So
trade MPJ.
you're an
All right.
advocate. You're an advocate of MVJ. He's
In
been
that
ass.
in their system, in their system.
This year. He's been ass. He has been moving me.
I think Brandon Ingram a better player, but I think Michael Porter Jr. fit Jokic better than Brandon Ingram.
I
That's the
agree.
key.
I
That's the
agree
key,
with
right?
that.
It's
I agree
it's
with that.
it's not who fits Denver, bro. It's who fits Nikola Jokic. You know what
But
I'm saying?
yeah, I see. But my thing was, I just feel like, well, before I seen Russ playing, well, and I don't think that was sustainable probably, but like I said, it's sustainable. But I don't think that he'll be the second leading scorer to a championship team. Who knows with Yoke? He that good, but I don't know if like I'm looking at it from like a second score. Okay, so because if you play, let's say for example, if I play a team like Dallas, okay, cool. It's supposed to be Jamal Murray, but how he's been playing this past year and some change, it's like, So it's like, okay, if I'm going Jamal Murray, Luka, boom. Jokic, Luka, boom. Kyrie, who you gonna go? Westbrook, I'm not liking that in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And Gordon, I'm not liking that in 25. Ingram, I can jack. Or if I play a team that's what I be thinking about. Like, who can help Jokic when those playoff situations arise?
Yeah.
You're gonna need another creator because Jokic can get you there, but you're gonna
Yeah.
need help in playoffs, like a nigga who can get you a bucket.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Trust me, I'm with you. It's just
I get your perspective too, though.
I don't know. I wouldn't hate it. Put it like that. I wouldn't hate it. You know who they should go get? They should go get fucking Trey Murphy. That's a boy.
Trey Murphy is hooping this year. He's having
That's a boy.
He's having a very slick year this year. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Once he make it out of the French curses down there in Louisiana, and he get free, he'll be straight.
He's averaging 21 a game.
Bro, that boy a bucket, bro.
I've been high on him, but this year, well, granted, half his team been hurt the whole year, but this year he's been getting it off. This year,
nah, he is a buck.
But let me not hate on MPJ. Let me not hit on MPJ though, because he's actually shooting 52% from the field and 41 from three. So ain't a lot. He's averaging 19 a game.
Hey man, look, this is why we gotta watch the games, man.
Let me respect. I know. No, I know he's he's not doing, but 19 a game. That's not bad.
Yeah,
that was in a career high. Well, no,
he losing right now. Or is he playing? I think he hurt. Nah, he playing right now. Boy got one shot. Wow.
But yeah, nah. So other than that, across the association, that's pretty much it. All-Star game coming up. Was gonna talk about All-Star format. I don't know if you was able to brush up on that, but supposed to be a new format. It's cool.
My homework part.
It's no problem at all. Basically, like I say, it's more of a group setting. I'm just gonna ask you, what is Adam Silver? Do you feel like Adam Silver is just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stick? I'm just gonna ask.
I ain't even gonna make this no complicated answer, bro. He cares about ratings, right? He cares heavily about ratings and viewership, right? And he's doing his best that he thinks he's doing. In his head, he doing the best he can to bring both of those things up, right? He wants more money for the league, even though they already got a lot of money. He wants new TV deals, right? Because that's all this amounts to. Your viewership count makes all those TV deals sweeter. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And he trying, but I don't know if bro cooking. I just don't know.
Yeah, no. Hey, bro, it's excited to see, but we're gonna be commissioner soon. We're gonna change to the National Hoela Association for Basketball. We can them as we go, but that's pretty much it for the basketball portion of things. You know, like I say, Cavs, Thunder tomorrow, so we locked in for that. We definitely gonna tell y'all about how that go round 2, even though there is round 2 in basketball.
Yeah, no, it's exciting times, but it seems like sorry guys, we also don't have a Q&A session for this pod. You know, it was the holidays, man. Things got kind of shaken up a bit, but we'll be back.
Yeah, episode 6. Yes, yeah, we did. We get good chop up today. You know what I'm saying?
We cooling this out.
Y'all good chop up. You know what I'm saying? I got my blue hoodie on right now, so I'm feeling pretty snug.
There you go. But it sounds like we're done, man. Hey, Madahon, I gotta cut it off real quick. Hey guys, make sure to check us out on Spotify. Make sure to check us out on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, I should say. Make sure to check us out on RSS. Right. Make sure to check us out on goddamn iHeartRadio, but we are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So on YouTube, of course. Bro, what you saying back there, bro? I don't know if y'all hearing pod.
It's ad-libs. I'm doing ad.
But hey man, check us out everywhere, bro. Like, share, and subscribe. We gonna be there. We gonna be available. We gonna be bringing you the truth, the gospel, and everything in between. A bit more consistently here in 2025. We got big things planned for y'all.
Thank y'all for each listen. We thank y'all for each, spin. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are gonna be the force to make this what it is. So the more y'all support, more we gonna get to y'all. So appreciate y'all.
Oh shit. Peace.
Peace out, Yoda. Wagwan.